Hey, and a very good early morning, late evening, I guess, the way that I usually describe it, here in LA. So it is, it is I, your warrior junior. Let me try to adjust the camera to a little bit of normalcy here. I apologize. If that word even is normalcy, um, wow, wow. Huh. I'm calm now, but I wasn't earlier. I listened to a lot of, probably wondering, where's your tea, right? This is, well, I might have a little bit of ice cream. Treat myself for surviving, and you'll understand why after I share the story. Um, Sometimes I do the tea, then the ice cream, but, I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm just a little, sometimes I change things up a little bit. So, all right. So what happened? Let's just jump in. It's, you know, when I used to drink, I can be very opinionated and combative, uh, more competitive, but competitive can also be combative. It's taking shit real seriously. When you lose in anything like chess, trying to meet women, pick up, and then it's like fucking natural, like venting anger, through different means. It could be shit talking, it could be lots of things. I don't know. But as I gotten older, I've been able to curtail or eliminate. I listened to like Wayne Dyer, and he was really good at talking about how not to, let things get to you one way or the other. Easier said than done because how can you not be reactive when somebody wants to kick your ass? So basically, I'll explain. That's what happened tonight. Um, Altercation. So what happened was I went up to, I want to go, on Friday night at the Piggy, they got DJ and stuff, even though I don't care for his thing. So I get up there, it's normal security guy up there, and I was getting ready to go, and he goes, hey, wait. And I go, what? He goes, where's your vaccination card? And I go, you know, I don't, I said, he didn't bring it, like, well, starting that night on Friday night, it's required now at any bar, or restaurant, whatever, you got to have the card. Now, I wonder if you can get away with a proof of a negative test. But I know that you need to ask. I got to ask about that. But you're asking for the card, and I'm not getting that fucking. I'm not taking the vaccine. Like I already went into this. The vaccine is the virus, and basically what they want to do is inject you with the virus so you become immune to catching it. From some, and I think it's all bullshit. I think basically we don't have enough time. What I mean by that is to know the long term effects. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to um, impact. I think Nicki Minaj talked about to say she's the ultimate authority on things, but she said one of her friends, had a baby, and with the vaccine, and something's wrong with the baby or something like that, complications of childbirth because of the vaccine. Um, Maybe over the next 10 years there'll be more to come out with it, but I guarantee there's something, you know, um, that's the main reason for all of this. The powers that be are so beyond your level of thinking that you think that this is like, the vaccine to help, but really it's for the grand scheme of things. And I rather, I'm not going to get it. I don't believe in it. My friend argues with me. Oh, no, why don't you get it? I said, why do I need it? I'm not sick. I'm not, what the fuck do I need? I don't need to be vaccinated for something that I'm not. My mom joked with me one time. She's like, "What do you think you're the golden, what she said? What? The chosen one? Yeah, she called me the chosen one. I said, damn right I am a chosen one because my mom called me the chosen one. I go, I am the chosen one because I don't believe in any of this shit. I choose not to get this. At least I can laugh about it. So, you know, and I heard the music from outside. It was garbage as usual. So I didn't get mad and I didn't get frustrated. I go, it's okay. You know, like, see, I didn't get upset. So I figured, all right, well, my friend Ruben, he lives by, near Sunset and Fairfax. We'll just say that. So I'm continuing my way down Sunset past this place, the Den, and they do the same thing. I don't really go in there. It's not a dance place. Not, I've been in there years. There's nothing there for me. But right next to the Den, there's a newsstand that was closed. Uh, and right there on the sidewalk, there were two chicks and a dude, and one of the chicks and the dude were in a heated argument. I mean, a really heated argument. And it was literally, I was on the side right there, like when I was walking by, they're right there. So I really don't know what happened, what came over me, but I just felt like I could have helped, like just alleviate. It was really heated. They were yelling, and I said, hey, it's going to be okay. I can't even remember what I said, but whatever I said, all of a sudden, the tornado came right at me. I can't believe it. They took whatever anger that was between them and they decided to come right after me. I mean, it was just amazing how fast, like I attracted it like a magnet. And the woman, I remember, okay, so I'm backing up on the sidewalk and the woman's coming after me, the one like, and she wasn't within striking distance, and I really didn't want to get it, but I was backing up, and she's coming at me, and I don't know, she's like, get the fuck out of here, she's telling me, and I forget even what I said. I go, the dude came after me, and that's like where now this guy wasn't. He was like I would consider average, a decent size. I don't think he was really. Might have been 5'10", maybe 6. He wasn't super tall, um, and big. He was close. He was about. I would say like he could have been 190, maybe. Like there's some little bit of weight there, but not much. Um, and he was looked like kind of like he had a good clean look, like a model kind of thing. So like this guy wasn't like a bruiser or anything like that, real tough or anything like that. A white guy. So the reason I backed up because I knew I was going to say, okay, well, now if this guy comes at me, I'm not going to run. I got too much. I've got enough fighting experience now from all my training and everything, and now that I'm bodybuilding, so you know I've got like I know it doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but I'm like 175 now, but I'm very very solid. I did 11 sets of squats today. I mean, every day I'm killing myself in the gym. So I'm very confident in my power, my size, my strength, my speed, and my ability. So it was just kind of weird, like because he was coming at me really fast. So I was really surprised. I know I should just help hold ground. Um, and if he gets in my strike zone, punch. But it's like it's so easy to. I'm sorry, my toe itches. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm telling the truth. It's so easy to analyze after. Like in chess. The way to analyze. If you would have done this, I could have done this. If you would have moved here, I could have took this. Would have happened, and the game would have unfolded differently. Um, I'm not looking for altercation. I'm not looking for fights. I'm not. And it's ironic. I was listening to, I get a kick out of like, was it Big Papa Pump? I like the way he talks, in his promos and stuff like that. God, I heard upstairs, an old person. So I'm the guy right off the curb. No, before I moved off in the curb, they now the other woman, whatever, she wasn't even an equation of anything. Like I don't know what her deal was. She wasn't even. So the guy was coming at me, and then the girl pulls him back. No, no. And they tell me get the fuck out of here. And I says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. You're not pushing me out of here. And the guy, like, he wasn't within my strike. He wasn't close enough for, like, it wasn't strike distance. So, but it was close. It was, he was, I would say 7 feet, away. And he didn't step off the sidewalk into the street. And then after a little while, like, woman actually said, like, it was weird. Like, they kind of like the tornado or anger at me, that they kind of let it subside because I didn't do anything really. Um, I know, like, I threw some verbal stuff back at them. Like, I was a little reactive because it just shocked the shit out of me. Like, they were coming after me. Like fuck, man. And I know it's easy to say, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to pick her up? Were you trying to? No, not really. I don't know. Like, I feel like it was Friday night. Now I was dressed kind of nice too. I had this really tight form fitting dress shirt on with a sport coat that was, really kind of form fitting. Now what happened was this guy, he came back, and then he took his shirt off, and he says, "You see this tattoo? I was a Navy SEAL, this and that." And when he took his shirt off, I could see this guy was not in first class condition. If he was, the Navy SEALs, maybe it was 4 or 5 years ago. Like, so I took my jacket off. Now I didn't want to get into. I didn't take my shirt off because I would have blown him away. He would have looked like he didn't exist. If I was gonna say, if I put my arm up, you wouldn't be able to see. I go, dude. I was gonna say, dude, if I put my arm up, you're not gonna be able to see your head. I could have, like, really made some things, which is, I know I heard that from Big Craig. Dude, he's 300-pound bodybuilder, so that's really true. I'm not, in my mind, I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm like 175 solid. That's not 300 pounds solid. There's a big difference. Um, anyway, the guy, like, and then he just never. That was it. It was over right there. But for the moment, it was pretty heated there for a minute, and I just felt the way when I finally left there. I felt like, wow, this is another resistance. More resistance from society. Um, I know my friend Ruben. He told me, he goes, "Well, look, you're asking for it. Why'd you get involved? Why'd you say anything? Why did you saw their argument?" And I don't know. I said I really was trying to help, and it's amazing. Like, that you feel they would really come after me just for trying to help. Um, you should just leave them alone, leave it alone. Well, look, in life, if you leave everything alone, don't try, you procrastinate, you're afraid, and this and that. And I don't know why. It was just, we're right outside that place, and, like, I was trying maybe to meet somebody or something, and but there was no right to threaten me. Um, just like the guy came after kind of thing. And I remember telling him, and then when he came, then the second time, that's when I said, dude, you know, I got very little to live for. And he heard me say that. I think that made him, like, think twice, because when I took off my jacket, and he saw, like, what I have, like, you don't know when you see somebody well put together. Um, it's like, okay, what is it capable of? You don't know. I mean, that's just like, give you an idea here, and it's like, you really, you don't know here, like, what somebody's capable of here. Okay, so the guy gets in your face, and he's, and I didn't take my shirt off, he did, but like, I took my jacket off just in case I was gonna have to fight, and I could fight with my jacket on if I had to, but you know, uh, nonsensical. Excuse me. Waste a lot of energy yelling. So if you're gonna fight, like, but then again, once the punches are thrown, you nail this guy, and then the cops come, and you're going to jail, and then it's like, I got schoolwork, I got schoolwork due Sunday night, I'm not. So when I remember walking away, this car, they saw the altercation. The guy goes, "Why didn't you could have kicked it? Why didn't you kick his ass, that guy?" And I told him, I said, what is that going to do for me? Like, what do you prove by that? What do you hope to? What did I? And I said, what do I hope to gain by that? What do I hope to gain by that? Nothing. Now, one of them after, the second time she did take out her camera to record me. I said, go ahead, record me, because I know you wish you could be with a guy like this. Yeah, you're kind of cute. I have no problem with fighting, but just remember one thing: you want to beat me up, you want to hurt me. I remember I told that guy. He says, I got no problem with that, but just remember one thing: be prepared to receive as well. You know? You're gonna give me. Be prepared to receive as well. I've gotten to drag out. I've been hellaciously beaten. Okay, now I'm gonna be 48. I don't think I could take a serious. I mean, I wouldn't have a choice to take a serious pounding, but it really amazing. Like over nothing. I know we shouldn't have got involved. I know. I usually don't. I just. And it wasn't that I was angry. I wasn't upset that I didn't get into the bar. It's not really. Wasn't that I wasn't upset. I just. I don't know. Like I want to be social. Like I don't know. And I know where to go. What to do. So I just try to do good in my mind. I was trying to do good, and it was really fucked up that they came after me like that. Punch a woman, kick a woman, your lights out. You know? Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of these young people, they're all hot air. I get that guy. Remember I told you Navy SEAL. I said, you know, is that what you do? You go around and bully people? I really try to make them feel bad. And he seemed like he was kind of, what do they call it? Like yuppie kind of tough. So he wasn't, you know. And I'm not saying I'm a tough anything like that. What's tough, right? What's tough? Building a life that's not going around bullying people. And I told you, I've gone from like 150 to 175. I mean, I'm pretty tough in the gym. What's tough in the gym? Lifting fucking heavy ass weights and challenging, not your PR as much. I mean, that it can be, but I'm not a power lifter. So, I mean, moving weights that you would maybe second guess yourself if, as a no, I don't think I can do this, kind of like the doubting amounts. That's tough. And that's what I do. I'm not going around looking for fights and altercations or anything. If you're gonna try to, even do pickup, and women and guys, whatever, there's going to be resistance. That was a very, very hard version of resistance that was tonight. Completely unnecessary, by the way. Why do they give me fucking attention just because I say something? Like what? They just fucking ignore you. Why they? It's like you're they're just trying to push you out of life. Like they said, get the fuck out. The way they walk me out, and get me out. And that's what I felt like in life. They're trying to get me out of this existence. And for it, like I wouldn't let them push me into the grave, kind of thing. And I feel like if you don't stand up for yourself, and this is hard, believe me, when they come at you with hard resistance, man, I mean, and nobody there to help you. I mean, you know, I guarantee that guy thought twice after, and he came to me and he took it after a little while, you know, there's something about like that strong mind that I have, um, not because I've been practicing the fighting thing, but think about this. I want you to think about this for a second, like, out and pick a like an exercise that you got to move some serious weight, potentially like a squat, um, press, a bench press, and maybe a military press, or 6 reps out with a weight that you've never lifted, like that amount. You probably think you're second guessing yourself. Say, fuck, it's going to take everything I got, and then probably won't be able to do it. I don't know. And then you go ahead and you do it, and you're only able to do maybe, you know, you wanted 6, but maybe you got 2.5 out of there, and that was really fucking hard. But you tried it, like you pushed yourself to that absolute limit. It's like you're challenging your mind, like you're because like thinking safety, safety. Oh no, I could hurt myself or something like this, and that's what I did. Like with that argument thing, I just put myself in there. Like I don't know why. Like I just meant well, and I think what happened when that guy kind of like there was some type of aura like I was giving off of force. I mean, I took my jacket off, and I already showed you what I look like without my shirt on. But the shirt is very tight, um, so I'm sure he could see that as well. But it's not just that; it's the mentality that's behind it. And I told you like what I do to a fucking heavy bag when I was practicing workout gloves. There's no, I mean, I almost broke my hand. Who does that? Somebody that's very, very mentally strong. Now, I'm not saying I'm a good fighter. I'm not saying I'll be good enough. But the thing is, well, against a heavy bag, yeah, I fucking, really, really good. But the variables of somebody moving, and I don't know, like what, you could try to do lots of things. I don't know. Um, Sometimes they just come in so fast, and you just, whoa, and then it's hard, and I hit them, or if I miss, it's like, if I hit him, I go to jail, right? The cops, and there's all the witnesses, the woman, they're all there. It's like right in the middle of, sunset. It's a lot of people out there. And it didn't occur to me that, this guy is probably not going to do nothing because all the witnesses. But I was afraid. I was afraid because, like, the guy's coming at you, like, and I'm thinking, okay, well, what's he gonna do? Like, you don't know. You don't know, and that's kind of hard because like if he comes at me, then he gets within your striking range, and then so he could hit you first, so it's like it's a catch-22. Somebody's coming at you hostily. If I swing first and I hit him, then like okay, the fight's over, right? Like I clock him really well, but then I could go to jail. If he hits me first, he probably will go to jail, but then he could hurt me, he could knock me out. So it's like a weird, it's a very situation to be in. Now, I know the argument is, well, if you don't say anything, you avoid all these people. If not, didn't say nothing, then there would have been none of this would have transpired. I even told this to them. It's better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. I want you to fucking remember that because it carries over into all aspects of life. You don't stick your neck out there in any anything, I fucking swear to God, man, it'll cripple you. It is fear. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there. It will keep you from everything. It'll keep you from advancing in a job. It'll keep you from becoming any. There's something about this type of being a sheep mentality that, and I'm not saying go out there looking for fights and looking for problems. I'm not implying that at all. But I don't know. It was just something that, like, it was right there. Like, as I was walking by, it was very loud. It was very, and I felt like just say something and maybe I could help. But it came after me. Like, it was really odd. I don't think I've ever had in my life something I don't even think of what I said. Why would they even give me attention? Like, why? It's amazing. Like, you get everything you don't want out of life sometimes. I said those things. Better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. And I do mean that. And it's like, you know, I don't work to act tough. That's not what it is. But it's important to insulate yourself with muscle. God forbid somebody comes at you, and not just that. It also helps because the more you have, the more body weight you have behind your thrust and your punch, the more of an impact you can make. There's a huge difference between getting hit by like somebody like a Floyd Mayweather, which would probably knock you out, even a 150-pound man, and then somebody of like Mike Tyson in his prime, which is like 200 plus pounds, hitting you solid. It'd be a fucking tank behind that punch. It's not that. It's not just that I'm 175. It's what I have behind, you know. And I'm not saying I'm a world class fighter, but people have seen what I can do to a heavy bag, and they've given me compliments. Okay, but still, you could be a fucking heavy bag All American. It's to be able to, fighting. Again, in the street fighting is not like professional boxing. I mean, there's no rules. Somebody could grab you. They could fucking, who knows what they could kick you. They could grab your ear, nose, poke you. Who the fuck somebody could do? And I don't want any of it. And I know it's good to try to avoid these type of hostile situations and stuff like that. But you know what? There are times when you need to get involved. Like my friend Ruben, one time there was this girl that was on drugs or she was drunk or something. She was in the street. She was trying to tear her clothes off. She was going to get run over by a car. Grabbed her out of the fucking street. He put her on the ground and he sat on her literally till the cops came. You get involved, man. Whether you could have got, hey, he did what he had to do. No, it doesn't matter. Well, you shouldn't get involved. You shouldn't get involved. There's times when you get involved, and that's that argument. I got involved. It was something like I could have. I felt like I was helping. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't go around looking for fights. I don't go around looking for altercations to break up. I don't go around looking for anything. But there's some times that I feel like I'm being asked to something, and it doesn't always work out. Hence, i.e., the tonight. It's not just the music. It's just there's a lack of consciousness in the music. I was listening to some good funky tunes before I went up to Sunset. Give you some idea of what I like. A lot of shit, but there's some OG like boogaloo music, pop stuff. Uh, the LRG Master Kane, I think it is. As a People's Choice, the Philly sound, do it any way you want. Pretty tight, you know? And you fucking go to these places, you know, and they play this garbage, new shit. Fucking Jesus. No wonder, not surprising, you know? So the question is like, well then don't go, don't go. I told you I used to go where the older people go, all the way to Orange County, you know, and they schlepp all the way back from fucking Anaheim. You know, it costs $100 at midnight. You don't meet nobody. Man, it's like, fuck, man. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that if I have some nice news. Slept all the way, I remember, to Irvine. Fucking far, man. Walked on down Jamboree. It was like a freeway. Walked for miles, man, to get to that Sonesta hotel. I remember a fucking 4 Point Sheridan miles from the Anaheim Stadium. I walk all the way from there. Stupid dance. I try to keep an optimistic attitude, you know. 7 till like around 11 o'clock. Don't I mean don't meet. I kind of want to say like meet, but don't meet. You know, meet a woman that was like okay, you know, doable, doable, and then just brushes me off and not interested. You know, wouldn't give it up. Better than gambling though. You know, just I used to go to Commerce Casino and I'd blow all the money I had. You know, in dollars. I'd lose thousands there in a night or day or whatever. As long as I was there, $100 like nothing, right? Well, I know you're probably thinking, well, do you have fun dancing there? Tough question to answer because I'm not younger. You know, when I was younger, it was really about the dancing, but I like it. Kind of, yeah. I don't want to be the dancing clown monkey. You know, I'm there to kind of hook up. So that's kind of like where my energy is, my focus is. But they play some good music. So you would think like one would rub off into the other, you know, and it's like kind of the same crop of people. And then, you know, this woman showed up. It was like a first time going to that. And she goes, well, I'm here by myself. You know, I'm scared, you know, to walk through the parking lot. And I'm like, what? What are you scared of? It's fucking across you from Disneyland. You're in a good, what are you talking? Well, my friend got, you know, they tell you these horror stories. I can't be standing by myself at the bar because somebody spiked my drink here. My friends, I've heard of these horror stories. I've heard these horror stories, all fucking horror stories. And, you know, it's just amazing. You know, these people, they no fucking woman's in her 50s. Like, I mean, I'm saying, like, I'm there to, is any, at any consolation, I walked the one I liked to her car, you know, pitch black, whatever, around midnight, like, you know, just to show I'm a good guy. Like, I wouldn't try to do anything. I mean, I try to have fun, you know, do anything, but that's a normal male's, to me, it's nothing. I have no ill intent. I have no, you know, there's no danger. You're not trying to do anything mischievous or wrong. So it's just convoluted, by these bad stories that you hear. Like, these women tell you, well, oh, my friend, some guy spiked her dream. Where the fuck are you finding these creeps? And defining part of guys like myself, putting that, that it's just ridiculous. It's, and then one of the women go, I remember what she goes. She goes, well, I don't care how big the fucking guy is or how much you can overpower you. You can fucking grab his fucking nose. You could pull his ears. You could poke him in the eyes. Kick him in the fucking balls. So there's, you know, I don't care overpower. Don't give me this. And if some guy tries to, God forbid, rape you, you grab his fucking dick and rip it off. So you know, it's I'm telling you, women have a lot of power. Okay, so don't let that nonsense where they say, oh, a guy can overpower you. Don't believe that. I side with the women. Like I'm there. On their. I side with them. I put myself in their shoes and I tell them how to defend themselves. Plus, makes them a little more comfortable at ease. So that way, like, it's tough. It's tough to get what you want out of life with anything. These young people. I know. I hate to put them all, rate them in a easy resistance. My God. All right. Well, anyway, that's enough for now. I thought I'd just share the Friday night ridiculousness, and I just don't know. It's like, I guess the moral is not to waste your time and energy on unneeded confrontations. Just focus on the goal and not the ego. Not the, I'll show you I can kick your ass. Fuck that shit, man. Say when somebody like that, they get mad to their skin, like they can't control themselves, kind of thing. In a way, like you've won up them without even kicking their ass because you've been able to control them with your actions, with your mind. And that's what I did. I don't even remember what I said. It wasn't that profound when they were yelling at each other. I said one thing, and all of a sudden, they gave me all of their attention. It was really amazing. Isn't that amazing? I want you to think about that. The last thing I'm going to say before I get off this. Isn't that amazing that people are so weak minded that I could say one thing and they want to come after you and beat you up or get you out of fucking egos. That's why. Nobody teaches them this when they're kids, like how not to let people get under your skin. Amazing. It's a true art. I'm not perfect at it, believe me. I was a little reactive as well. I was throwing out some big Papa Pump lines, because I was getting mad. But um, I told the guy, I go, well, you're in the hospital on your back, screaming, writhing in pain. Your girl will be on her back with her ass out, her ass up, naming by name. It's funny, but I mean, but you gotta get size of that guy. Like I don't know how tall he's. 6'4", I think. He was 285. And he promo where he's in the ring. He goes, I see you guys. Some of you guys in the front, you pencil neck. I think he was talking to me. It was really funny. Like I wasn't in the front. I'm been out, but he goes, you pencil neck geeks. You go to the gym, you lift a little iron, and you think you're something. I know it was like talking to me, right? He goes, but you're not. There's no way you can be like he did a pose. He goes, there's no way. It's like 6'5" two. Uh, sorry, the light went out. Somebody didn't pay the light bill. But he goes, there's no way he could be. He put up his arms, and he's right. He was 100% right. There's no way that guy. It's. So he goes. So what you guys need to do is whatever you're paying $30 a month gym membership. It was funny. I was laughing my ass off. He goes, you need to save the money, quit the gym, and go buy a fucking beer. Go buy a 12-pack. He goes, don't work out. Don't try to get big. You're not gonna be like this. He goes, he's right. He's right. Let me tell you something, man. Yeah, that guy. Oh my God, he was fucking jacked. In one interview, one time somebody goes, Scott, what kind of gear are you using? And he goes, Androstine, Android. Dude, I use I've used the Android. It does give you a little something, but not like him. No way. No, no, no. His arms were fucking Jesus. Like his peaks. It was like almost like Ronnie Coleman. He was about that. He was fucking huge. His arms. Anyway, that's so funny. Like I like when he said that. He goes, you guys that are going to gym, you think you got moving a little weight around. You think you're something. He goes, no. He goes, no. He's right. Yeah, it's funny. I was getting a good laugh. No, those guys, dude. And the thing is, like they don't look that big. Well, let me tell you something. They are that big. When you see them, you'll be like, holy fuck. And you're standing next to these guys, you're gonna look like a fucking twerp. These dudes are good size. I remember when I first saw John Cena like on TV, I go, yeah, he looks like he's in good shape. How big can that guy be? I met him, I was like, man, like I was like dwarfed. I was, he's dude was like 6'1", like 240, 245, and but solid. It's like I know he's on stuff. I could tell. I could look at I know what I don't even want to tell you, but I know what he's taking. And the thing is, it's without that, no, there's no way. There's no way your body, his hands, his size, there's no way he could get his hand in a Pringles can. There's no way. You have to the gear, the pushing that pin. It gives you that type of blown up, like it really does. It blows up. And that's why when you see these guys, in the bodybuilding, the competitions, it's like they've got that blown up. The muscles are clearly defined. Like when these guys, and that's not from etching in the detail from doing light weights or lots of reps. Using a combination of whatever they're using, trenbolone and growth hormone or test a combination of test and growth. And it's like, you know, it's all like, a syringe, like, and I can't see myself doing that. Like, I can't see myself jabbing myself constantly with a syringe. I mean, that's like, so, it's like, I like work, I like to go to the gym and do the work, but the the gear like that, using that shit. The problem is the orals, they're the real stuff now alkylated, it's highly toxic to the liver. So, stuff works too, but you're gonna take that and you're asking for some serious problems, putting your liver under a lot of stress just so you get a little bit of that, it, and then the stuff that wears off, and then it's like you shrivel up. I never really had the shriveling thing because I was never really on anything, so look like that. But once I stop, and then all the the heavy lifting, once I stop, it all goes away. I go back down to 150 pounds like real easily. It's like I mean, let's say it's really hard to earn. Yes, yes. Even though like I gained a lot faster this time, um, but the amount of work that I did, like a couple highlights, but I really know like what I put myself through and all the workouts, and it's a lot. Like mentally, it's I take my mental fortitude, and the stamina, like when I train, I really focused. I put a lot of energy, and time overall. 50 gym visits in 6 weeks. It's like 42 days, 50 gym visits. But it's not just going to the gym 50 times. It's what I did in there 50 times. I mean, I really, really gut grinding, work really hard and focused, so, but you get rewarded for it, like if you really, do it right, and you know what you're doing, the gains do come. Sometimes you're like, oh, well, you feel like, ah, fuck, I'm not as strong today, or I'm down a couple pounds. I don't weigh myself every time I go to the gym, but you know, progress. You do. It's just like long game. It's. Let me finish off with this point because it kind of bugged me today. I have a lot of respect for Michael Hearn. The Titan. The dude is. I mean, he's been in this longer than me. He's a little bit older than me. Um, but boy, sometimes it's gonna be hard to be honest. He won like the Mr. Natural shows in the late '80s. And to this day, talk about his cycles and what he uses and stuff. All the comments, they all know. They go, you have the best genetics in the world, dude. You ain't natural. And I know why. Like I know why he won't say anything about it because if he does, and he goes, well, then take away your titles, for being Mr. Natural and stuff. So he's stumm in Yiddish. That means quiet. Sink ships. But that's not what I want to finish off with. I want to talk about. He was training a guy yesterday or the day before. I was watching on YouTube using it's called the Death Machine. It's like I call it the Death Machine, or Dexter Jackson called it the Death Machine. I think it's basically like a reverse squat, like a hack squat, and you're basically but you're not sliding at an angle. It's only going forward a little bit, and your legs into a squat. Anyway, I'm sure you know what it is. It's like the pad is behind you now and up. You can put a lot of weights on there. Um, so this guy, he's training in pretty good shape, and I'm watching him do a couple sets on the Death Machine. And this guy, he does, I don't know, he did like 12, 15 reps, and every rep he would come out and lock out his knees. And I know Mike's right there, and he's watching this, and not saying anything about this. And I'm sitting there going to myself, but this guy, Mike, really knows his training. I mean, this guy, I give it up to, I don't know what that guy looks like and everything. He knows, training like better than anybody. He's up there. But wait a second. I'm watching the guy. He's doing exercise, locking out his knees. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. And I know I'm not on this one. I've watched people train. Like the best. The people that really are the most knowledgeable. Let's take the standard squat for example. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to continually keep tension on the muscle, like up and down, but not locking out your knees because you're not working your ligaments and your joints and your tendons. You're supposed to be working out the muscles. It's the same thing, like in your arms. Like when you're doing bicep curls, you don't extend fully because you don't want any pressure here on your fucking elbow, on your joints. You want continually pressure on the fucking muscle. So what's the difference? Why the hell are these people like they're fucking working their knees? They're locking out on every fucking rep. Doing 15, if you can do 15 reps, you stay in the zone, 10. And then, if you can't, the last five, if they're really hard, then you do one at a time, like that's when you lock. And I see Mike did not say anything about that. I was going to write in the comment section. I go, what do you don't know that, all your years, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't know some of the things that I know. I'm not saying I know everything because I watched him demonstrate this light dumbbell exercise. He puts his arms up like this and down, like real slow. He had his shirt off, and it was like hitting every back muscle. You could see every back muscle working. And I was like, wow, that's a dope exercise. I'm open to learn from kind of stuff like that. But I was really surprised. Something like that, leg exercises, he did not know or he didn't say anything about that. So I don't care if it's a squat or the death machine or something. You don't never fucking lock out your knees until the last couple ones. If you think you need to catch your breath for a second, you can do a couple more reps. You don't. It's amazing. He didn't know. So that really bothered me. Like I just had to fucking get that out at the last thing. I didn't want to write it in the car. I don't want to come up there and meet the guy. I don't want to come off that I was the guy that belittled your you didn't say nothing about how to train legs. You don't know what you're doing. You have to be careful because, well, you can be careful because this ties into the argument thing. You could mean well, but it could be taken the wrong way. And that's what happened with that argument between that couple. And that's the problem. Like, but something tells me O'Hearn, not like one of those ego kind of people that, I mean, kind of bodybuilders do have huge egos. So, I mean, I read that in a book, it's so true. Um, but how could somebody not know, how somebody like his knowledge and I mean, that gear. Oh, but so he goes. I forgot to mention the most important point. Hearn goes, wait, wait. You remember? He goes, check the date of this and come back a year from now and check out what this guy's legs are going to look like in a year. A year? A fucking year? Dude, you know what kind of transformation I could make if somebody was really dedicated in 12 fucking weeks? Not a year, okay? I went from 150 to 175 like in a couple months because I don't fuck around. I was real serious. In a year, you know why it takes somebody a year? Because you don't know what you're doing. That's why. A year. Now it does take time to check, but you know that was kind of a dumb statement by him. A year. Anyway, I mean I'm just all right. Well, that's enough. That's all I got to say for now. And maybe he doesn't care. Like he wants to just milk a guy for personal training things, gets paid. Think about that. Like, why would you, if you're getting paid, let's say $150 an hour, or whatever, to train somebody, why would you do everything that in that hour, and then they don't need you anymore? So keep them paying you. That this is about extracting money. So maybe he does know, and he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to give him all the information right out the bat. He's smart. He knows. So me, I don't train people because where I go to the gym, these people got no money and they're fucking not serious and they're not gonna pay me. They're there to try to hook up with dudes, and the only reason I go there is because it is close. I can get in there, get my job done, and get the fuck out, get the work done. And you know, I don't have much of an alternative. I don't have a car. I don't have anything. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Nothing's perfect sometimes. If Sheba goes to a penny, then I will be. I would cry really. I would be able to afford my nice condo in Vegas and open up my little gym for myself out there. Couldn't tell you how happy I would be. I can't make it here. It's not pessimism. It's not pessimistic saying I can't make it here. It's just, there's nothing. I'm digging in a dead mine is what I'm doing. I'm digging in a dead mine in Los Angeles. If my rent wasn't nothing, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't have my living situation, I wouldn't. Anyway, that's all from though. That's 1 hour of what I go through and what I'm hanging in there with, and that's all you can do, man. If you don't do anything, then you never be anything. You never, right? At least I'm trying to get my doctorate. At least I'm working my ass off in the gym. Business thing, nothing really, nothing. A couple things with collectibles and stuff, but nothing worth mentioning really. A couple $1,000 here and doesn't ain't gonna fucking do nothing. It's not gonna put a serious dent in moving forward. I talked to my friend Ruben about this. I applied for post office jobs in Las Vegas. Nothing. Nothing. Sorry. Anyway. Till next time, Warriors, hang in there.